stunning field. It's Youth Day as we bring you the rivalry matchup. The 12-0 Darien Blue Wave taking on the 10-2 New Canaan Rams. Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the broadcast booth. I'm Chase Harden. Alongside me, Claire Borelli. And Claire, this is a rivalry that matches all the way back into the 1900s, and no matter who's ranked what their records are, it's all thrown out the window. And this is just going to be a tremendous game. Darien, first team, or the number one team in the state, and New Canaan, number 4. Claire, what do you expect to see from today's game?
I expect that it's going to be a really close game, and I think that there's going to be a lot of really good passes and a lot of very close goals.
And Claire, who are some of the, what do the scouting reports look like for both sides on the New Canaan side and the Darien side? Who are some of those key players?
For the New Canaan side, some of the key players are Shauna Ferrero. She is number 12, and she is a captain. There's also Jane Holland, who is number 11, or number 10, sorry. There is Paulie Parsons, who is also a captain. She is number 25. And Molly Reed, who is once again another captain, number 5.
And we're now going to send it down to the field as Bill Brown, the great, is going to announce starting lineups and bring you the national anthem.
Today's starting lineup for the Darien Blue Wave. Number 2, Kate Bach. Number 8, Tori Stockdale. Number 9, Raina Johns. Number 10, Gian Dagavides. Number 13, Ashley Stockdale. Number 15, Casey Benoit. Number 17, Morgan Massey. Number 19, Ryan Hapgood. Number 20, Katie Savino. Number 23, Blake Wilkes. And in goal this afternoon for the Blue Wave is Lindsay Darby. And now here is the starting lineup for the 2022 New Canaan Rams. Number 1, Izzy Shue. Number 4, Shauna Ferraro. Number 5, Molly Reed. Number 8, Catherine O'Connell. Number 10, Jane Holland. Number 15, Abby Diamond. Number 16, Bella Samino. Number 20, Izzy Apelt. Number 22, Lucy Parsons Hills. Number 25, Paulie Parsons Hills. And in goal this afternoon for the Rams is number 00, Ellie Rosen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise for the playing of the Star Spangled Banner.
We welcome you back as starting lineups and the anthem is over. We now get ready for the opening draw. Darien is 12-0 obviously this season. And Claire, what has brought their dominance this season? I mean, 12-0, that's pretty remarkable. They outscore their opponents 76-3. And Claire, I mean, what have they done? What has Mo Minigus, head coach, and that staff done to just really be so dominant this year?
I think they really worked on their teamwork and just making really good passes and plays and just really, I think it was really just their teamwork.
And on the other side, the Rams, they are 10-2. That's a pretty great record as well. They outscore their opponents 83-7. What has brought their dominance as well?
I think they have really they have really good chemistry, and they have practiced their passing and just their hits a lot this season.
Both teams in their huddles getting ready for the rivalry matchup. First time they've met this year. The last time these two teams met, Darien took the best of it in overtime in the FCAC championship. New Canaan, of course, state champions last year. And Claire, we're in for a fun one. A beautiful day here, a Friday. What more can you ask? And here we go. Grace, of course, the Rams goalie last year who was, an absolute stud, and Grace Gilman, she's off to Lehigh, and, she was a key contributor to their success. And Claire, how tough is it to lose a goalie like her?
It's really tough. She was such an amazing goalie, and getting one just as good is just going to be a very hard thing, but I think Ellie Rosen is up to the challenge.
Yes, she is, and we're underway at Dunning Field. Izzy Apelt trying to get things going, and Darien's going to get possession here. Working at the back. That's going to be Paulie Parsons, the Cornell field hockey commit. Giving it to Shauna Ferraro. Here comes Ferraro, working down the wing. Trying to get something going. Ferraro. Nice job there by Rena Johns to take it from the captain, Ferraro. Nice pass by Johns. Trying to find one of her teammates up there. And here come the Blue Wave. Working around O'Connell. Little battle in front there. The Rams just going to send it out, sensing a little trouble. Minute in here, and Darien's come out strong. Izzy Shue playing it up the wing. Nice D there. Katie Savino switching ends. And that's going to go out there. Shauna Ferraro is going to pick it up. And before the game, we talked to both coaches, and head coach Mo Minikus and assistant Sherry Ramsey told us Darien just needs to play their style, right? Teamwork, moving the ball. They need to come out strong, which they've done this entire season. They're 12-0. And Claire, they've shown it so far. And how important is it to start strong?
It's really important to start strong. It's really hard to come back after you've gotten a few goals in on you. And starting strong is a very key point in just keeping the rhythm and just keeping going. Ashley
Stockdale gets hit there with a shot right in the shin. Always stinks to see. She's going to be down. The officials are going to stop the clock. It's never good. No matter what side you're on, her teammates are going to circle around her. It was a hard shot there. I think Paulie Parsons put it right into her shin, but she's going to walk it out. Ashley Stockdale is going to stay on the field, showing her toughness. Paulie Parsons is going to remain in possession of it. Parsons to Ferraro. Ferraro trying to find a ram in front, but the Blue Wave defense says no way. Here come the Blue Wave. Trying to get it out. But the other Parsons, Lucy Parsons, is going to stop that one. Here come the Blue Wave. Lucy Parsons. Work with it. And feed it back to Abby DeMond. DeMond's going to turn it over. Lucy Parsons. Nice play by her. Here comes Izzy Shue down the wing. Shue. Ferraro in front. And that's going to go right off here, and it's going to go out of play. And Claire, we also talked to Megan Cunningham, head coach for the Rams, and she said they need to play their game, and they need to move the ball and just settle down when they get possession. They're getting opportunities, and they just need to capitalize on those opportunities. Claire, what are your thoughts on that?
I think that's a very good plan. You really got to stay calm and just focused on that field, and you can't get too cocky, or you just got to keep going at it and just play like you're losing.
Nice save there by Ellie Rosen right when Claire was speaking. Catherine O'Connell trying to clear it out. This is going to be Jane Holland. Battle in front. The officials are going to blow the whistle. This is going to be a corner here. Of course, tonight, a joint stream between NCTV and DAF Media. Last night, we had a matchup of girls soccer, New Canaan Darien right here at Dunning Field at the same time as well. And Darien took that one 2-0, the Rivals Cup. And I'm sure, that makes New Canaan want to win this one and defend their home turf. But, Darien on paper, a little bit better than the Rams. Not by much, Rams 10-2, but Darien a perfect 12-0. Well, Menikis runs a great program here, as does Megan Cunningham. This is her first year, as she was an assistant before that. Shot on net. Great save by the sophomore Rosen. Rosen with another one. A sequence of saves from her. And wow, Megan Cunningham told us a little bit about her, and she has filled that role perfectly. The shoes she had to fill, and she has filled those. Reed giving it to her co-captain, Ferraro. Here comes Ferraro down the wing. 4 Blue Wave defenders around her, and she is going to put it out. Dognavides. She's going to turn it over to Ferraro. Ferraro giving it to Shue. Shue. And great play there by the Blue Wave defender, Katie Savino. But that's going to be Reed collecting it. Ferraro, we've said her name a lot so far in the broadcast, and Ferraro's going to send that one out of play. Claire, what have you seen so far?
In that last attempt to get in the goal, I saw that they really needed someone on post back there. They needed someone right at the goal to just hit it right in when she passed it across.
This is going to be O'Connell, the senior. On the sideline, good defense from her. Smothering Blake Wilkes. And it's going to be Darien ball. Trying to find Wilkes there, but the Rams say no. Here come the Rams, coming down the wing. Good sequence of moves. O'Connell trying to find Parsons in front, but she finds the other Parsons, Lucy Parsons. Back to her sister, Paulie. Sister, great save there from the Blue Wave. Of course, Paulie Parsons is a great field hockey player, one of the captains. She's headed to Cornell next year. Her mom also a legend, Carrie Hill. She a Cornell legend, a New Canaan legend, field hockey. And Claire, how good is it to have somebody like Paulie on the team that's just so dominant? Obviously, like we just said, she's headed to Cornell next year. But how important is that leadership-wise and play style-wise?
Leadership-wise, it's super important to have someone that you can look to and just someone you can go to instead of like your coach or whatever to like work on plays or work on passing, etc. And I think play-wise, it's just the strong presence on the field is just super helpful, especially in getting goals. And everything else. She also has her sister on the field, who also is an amazing player.
It's going to be O'Connell. She's going to keep possession, and the officials are going to call it Darien ball. It's going to be Katie Savino throwing it up the field, but there's not one Blue Wave player in sight as it's the two Parsons girls. Here comes Paulie. Paulie working around one of the Blue Wave defenders, and Paulie's going to feed it to Reed. Here comes Reed down the wing. She's just going to give it back to Izzy Apelt, the junior. Also a great lacrosse player. She's headed to Georgetown. Parsons to O'Connell. O'Connell trying to find a Ram down there, and it's going to be Rams ball. Here comes O'Connell. O'Connell trying to find Parsons. Instead, Ferraro picks it up. Ferraro, shot, and just over the net. A lot of great athletes on this field, and Claire, you know, not only are there great field hockey players on this field, but there's, you know, most of these, you know, athletes on the field right now play other sports. You know, they're multi-sport athletes, and how important is that to, you know, the success in one sport to be a multi-sport athlete?
I think this being successful in multiple sports is really key part of being an athlete in one sport. Is you are working in the off seasons, you are building like your stamina, and you're in the off seasons, you're still grinding it out, and it gets you ready for this the main sports season immediately.
There is in fact a lot of talent on this field, whether it's lacrosse or field hockey. There's a ton of Division I athletes on this field. Like last night with the soccer, both soccer teams, a lot of talented athletes come out of these two schools. Of course, Darien and New Canaan. The officials are going to blow this one down. Parsons is going to pick it up. She's just going to give it to Reed, and Reed's going to start it. Reed giving it over to another round, and that one going to put it up play. Lucy Parsons going to put that one out. Dog DeVites, or excuse me, Allie Mayer is going to give it to Morgan Massey. Massey is going to feed it to her teammate. And Parsons working down the wing. Parsons trying to find Shoe, and the official's going to blow that one down. Shoe's going to bat that one down. Good hand-eye from her. And that, you know, that includes a multi-sport athlete too, hand-eye, anything. And here comes Darien. Ashley Stockdale working down the wing. Jane Holland trying to put pressure on her, but Stockdale is just going to keep running. Stockdale trying to feed it in front, but Parsons steals it. Parsons puts it upfield, and Shue's going to chase after it. But Massey's right there to give it, to keep it in Darien's possession. Good battle there. Izzy Apel trying to get it, and Rosen's just going to kick it out. .351 to go in the first quarter. Both teams have had their opportunities, and, you know, this is what we expected. A pretty evenly matched game on paper. And, you know, just every time these two teams play, rivalry, you know, doesn't matter who's ranked what. We said it earlier in the broadcast, it's always a good one. Whether it's football, lacrosse, soccer, you name the sport, and it's always a good one. Apel's going to get this one. Apel feeding it to Reed. Reed. Put it to Parsons. Parsons trying to find Ferraro, but it's stolen. Benoit trying to find it, gets past. Battle in front, and here comes the Blue Wave. And Apel got a stick on that one. And Chaos in front here. And Rosen's right there. But the Blue Wave score. The Blue Wave put that with the first goal of the game. And how big is that to get the first one, Claire?
It's a really big confidence boost for the team that gets it. It just kind of sets the mood for the rest of the game for your team. But I think New Canaan has a chance of just keeping up their mood and their team spirit and just going at it.
Always good to start strong and finish strong. And the Blue Wave are going to start strong. Chaos in front. And I'm sure the Rams defense knew that that was dangerous, and they were trying to get it the heck out of there, but they couldn't. And the Blue Wave capitalized with 2:47 to go in the first quarter. A momentum builder. The sideline has gotten a lot louder. Just after that goal, here comes Benson trying to get that one. But Benoit is going to give it. Benoit to Wilkes. Wilkes. But it's going to be stolen by a Ram. Abby Demond going to send that one out.
Kate Bach, number 4. I'm sorry, number 2.
Blue Wave again, getting on the board first. Chaos in front, and Kate Bach, the sophomore, puts the Blue Wave on first. Official's going to stop that one. Randy Johns picking it up. Run it to Benoit. Benoit. Good move past Reed. Benoit's going to keep it. Official signal to keep Darien away. And after that goal, Darien has really just dominated so far. And I mean, Claire, that really is a momentum builder to get on the board first. I mean, they are just all over New Canaan right now. And with that comes a corner. Time for the Blue Wave to capitalize. Clock is ticking down. 55 to go in the first. Darien up 1-0. A goal that was pursued from Chaos in front. Kate Bach again with the Blue Waves first. Benoit is going to be on the corner. She's going to feed it in to Blake Wilkes. Wilkes over to another blue. And the Blue Waves score! A corner. And Chaos in front again. And they put that by sophomore goalie Ellie Rosen. What'd you see there, Claire?
I think that corner really set them up for a good goal. Their momentum from the first goal probably helped a lot, and that corner was it was a great setup for them, and they took advantage.
Looked very similar to that first goal, but it wasn't off the corner. That's a time in field hockey to capitalize. How crucial are those moments when you get a corner? How crucial is it to finish those opportunities? Mo Minikis, head coach, said they need to finish their, and assistant Ramsey, they said they need to finish opportunities, and they've done that so far. How important is it, to finish those opportunities, to get on the board with those corners?
Getting on the board with those corners is it's super important because you've got probably your easiest shot of the game there, and you're so close to the goal. You got to capitalize on those corners.
And that's going to end the first quarter. The Blue Wave starting strong, up 2-0. And Claire, what are the Rams going to say in the huddle before they come out for the second quarter, down 2?
They're probably going to talk about how they shouldn't focus on the school. They just got to keep playing, play strong. Probably focus on that passing a lot. Passing is really key part of the game, and I think they're gonna just keep their spirits up.
Kate Bach again. She's got 2. She's got Darien's 2 so far in this game. Darien up 2-0. We'll be right back for the second quarter. We're going to take a quick break. And we're back at Dunning Field. Again, a beautiful afternoon. It's Darien and New Canaan. The Rams, the Blue Wave, both walk out for the start of the second quarter. The Blue Wave out to an early lead, 2-0. Kate Bach with both those goals. Getting ready for the draw here. And we're underway for the second quarter. And it's going to be the Blue Wave. They're going to start with it. Here comes Johns. Stolen by Parsons. The officials are going to keep it in possession of the Blue Wave. It's going to be Benoit on the side. Benoit trying to find one of her teammates in front. And she had Stockdale in front there, but it just bounces over her stick. Good D there from the junior, Jane Holland. Z Apelt's going to have it here. Apelt. Parsons. Parsons, nice move there from her. Trying to find Shu. The officials are going to keep it with Parsons. Stolen by Stockdale, but the officials are going to get it back to the Rams. Molly Reed's going to pick it up. One of the co-captains for this Rams team. And Claire, you know, this is a state championship team. They won the state championship last year, and these captains told us how hard it is to captain a team like this and all the pressure that comes with it. And Claire, how great is it to have captains that are just such great role models, such great leaders?
It's really amazing to have strong captains, strong leaders, because you really rely on them more than most people think on that field. On that field, you're looking to them for what to do, and you really look at them as role models on how to play.
Darby there with a nice look, and it just goes out, so the Rams are going to get it back. Battle there. The officials are going to keep it with Darien. It's going to be Stockdale. Stockdale trying to get a little thing going in front. That's how they scored their first two, and putting the pressure on the Rams' defense. Molly Reed's going to pick it up on the side. Early into the second quarter, and Darien's dominating so far. After that first goal, they just have put on a clinic since. Stockdale trying to find teammate there. The Rams' defense is going to swarm her right now. If you're New Canaan, you're just trying to get it the heck out and try and get something started for the Rams and try and put the pressure on the Blue Wave defense instead of your own defense. Right, Claire?
Yeah, definitely. You just want to keep going at it, get it away from your defense.
Going to keep it with the Blue Wave as she got held there a little bit. It's going to be Massey. Massey's going to pick it up. She's going to feed it to Johns. Johns is going to get it stolen by Ferraro, but the official's going to blow that one dead. And Benoit's going to pick it up. Johns. Finding Stockdale, or excuse me, Wilkes in front. Paulie Parsons is going to take it. Stockdale. Izzy Apelt's going to take that one. Stockdale with a nice look there. And that's going to be out. Izzy Apelt's going to pick it up.
That's going to bring it out to the 16.
And Apelt trying to find Parsons right up the middle. And Coach Megan Cunningham isn't happy with that pass, as Apelt turned it over to a Blue Wave with a nice chance, nice opportunity on Rosen. But she puts it just wide of the net. And nice pass there. He just wants to get it out, which is something we talked about, Claire. Just get it out when you sense danger, and the Rams failed to do that. And that's why, early into the game they were down 2. Or late in the first quarter, you could argue.
Yeah, I think their defenders really just need to, when they're so close to getting a goal, they really just need to get it out.
Yep, do your job, right? And that's going to be Apelt getting it down. Apelt trying to switch ends. About on the front there. That's going to be Parsons. Bat on the corner there. Something we haven't seen in a while. New Canaan down in the Blue Waves end. Of course, a joint stream between DAF and New Canaan, NCTV, as we bring you the rivalry matchup. Number 1 in the state, the Darien Blue Wave versus the number 4 seeded New Canaan Rams. Apelt with a nice defensive play there. Crowd likes that one. Apelt trying to find Reed. And that one's going to go out. Benoit lobs that one up. And Apelt puts it down, and the officials are going to keep that with the Rams. Holland switching ends. Trying to find Demont. To O'Connell. O'Connell trying to find a Ram up front, but she turns it over. Something you really can't do when you're so close to your net. Nice play there by Jane Holland just to get it out. And here comes Shu. That's what happens when you get it out. Jane Holland getting it to Shu. And Shu, nice run by her down the field to get it inside the Blue Waves territory. But now Darien is going to get the ball right back as the officials run it down. But stolen by Reed. Here comes Reed. Down the wing, finding Shu. Names we've said quite a lot tonight. Rams just really haven't got shots on goal, Claire. Darien gotten at least 5, and Darien just really hasn't. What do they need to do to start getting shots on goal?
They really got to get their players down there. They have to have a person on post. They really got to just get people down at that goal. Because if you have people on post and you hit it across goal, you are bound to get a goal.
The officials are going to call a corner there as Shauna Ferraro, captain for this Rams team, gathers them to talk this one over. Claire, we said it earlier in the broadcast how important it was, to capitalize on your corners. It's like, a corner kick, a free kick in soccer. That's the equivalent in field hockey. And see what Izzy Shu, the junior, one of the players that was starred on our roster from head coach Megan Cunningham. Shu's going to put in play to Parsons. Parsons to Ferraro. Ferraro, nice look there. But Johns is right there to say no. One of the key defenders on this Blue Wave squad. And we've said her name a lot tonight for good things. It's, when you say a defender's name a lot, usually it's not good, but tonight it is a good thing, or this evening. Only 5 o'clock here at Dunning Field. Sun's out, no clouds in the sky. Parsons trying to find Cloud. That's going to be intercepted by Savino. Savino trying to play it upfield, but Johns is going to get it back. Battle on the sideline, and the Blue Wave are going to come up with that one. Here comes Bach. She has 2 tonight. Trying to find Stockdale, and Stockdale is going to keep it. Stockdale feeding it down. Back to Bach. But Izzy Apel with a nice play there. And they're going to keep it in possession of the Blue Wave. Here the Blue Wave come. But Reed is going to get it. And Apel's just going to put it out of play. 5:58 to go in the second quarter. And Rams, I'm sure, trying to get one on the board to right before the half to lessen the deficit. Nice job there by the Blue Wave switching ends. It's going to be Savino playing it up to Stockdale. The other Stockdale on this team, Tori. Her sister, who we've said a lot tonight, Ashley. Twins. Two of the good players for this Blue Wave team. Darien's going to intercept it. Nice save there by Rosen. And White with a great opportunity in front, and she whiffs on it as she had a wide open net, it looked like. But now the Darien Blue Wave are going to get that corner out of it. Rosen with a nice first save, and it looked like White had an open net. Maybe I'm wrong. From the press box, it's a tough angle, but I would like to think she had an open net, and she just whiffed on it. Happens. It's going to be Stockdale putting it in. And Johns trying to put it in front. And again, Rosen, who's been tested a lot so far tonight, or again this evening, comes up big. The Blue Wave are going to get another corner out of it. It's going to be Casey Benoit. Put it in. Casey Benoit, of course, the stud lacrosse player. She's headed to Syracuse. It's going to be Johns. She is also, she's headed to Dartmouth, another great school, but for field hockey. We touched on it earlier, a lot of incredible athletes with a lot of talent on this field. A lot of these players going to phenomenal schools, not just for academics, but for athletics as well. Darien's going to play it in. Johns trying to find it in front, and that was a sketchy bounce, but it goes out. And the New Canaan sideline is going to cheer as they knew they got away with one. Darien's capitalizing on those so much tonight. 3:10 to go in the second quarter. Darien still up 2-0. A lot of whistles so far tonight. And another one there. And Claire, how important is it to just keep Darien from getting another one on the board before half?
It's a really key thing. You gotta keep them out of your goal. You gotta keep them from getting corners because, like you said, they've been capitalizing on that a lot tonight. And you gotta keep them away from that goal before half because getting another point on the on the board would just be catastrophic for them.
It's gonna be Benoit trying to find Stockdale. Stockdale just puts it by Rosen's right post. The Goldie's best friend didn't hit it there, but skimmed by. 2:10 left here in the second quarter. Time starting to tick down. And that's going to be Parsons finding O'Connell on the wing. O'Connell trying to get it out, But Johns, again, keeping it on Darien's side in New Canaan's territory. Nice try there by Stockdale. And the officials are going to keep it in Darien's possession. 1:30 to go, and Clary said that they're going to try, it's important to get a goal on the board, but right now you're just, because it's on your half, just keep it at 2-0 and go into the half down 2 instead of 3. It would be great to score, but with how they're playing right now, you just want to hold momentum at half.
Yeah, you just want to keep the ball in your possession. You really want to try not to take so many risks when you're getting so close to the half. You want to keep them at 2. You don't want them to get another goal up there. But they're going to really try and just keep it in their possession, and it'd be great to get another goal.
Of course, Ryan Faithful thinking that, and Darien Faithful thinking the exact opposite. Darien just trying to stall it here. With 46 to go in the second quarter. Reed is going to give it to Ferraro. Ferraro, good move there. Trying to find Shu. And a great defensive play from Katie Savino, the junior. Davides is just going to put that one out. She sensed danger. Trying to keep it a 2-0 lead for the Blue Wave. Battle here with 10 to go in the quarter. And Darien, I think, is just going to stall this one out and bring it to the conclusion of the half. Claire, what did you see from both sides, both quarters?
I think that Darien had a very strong setup, and their team really capitalized on their corners, and I think that was just like a huge thing for them, is those corners. They just kept going at them.
And what is Darien, what is Mo Minikis telling her team in that huddle?
I think she's telling her team that just you got to keep playing strong, and just I feel like most coaches will say ignore the scoreboard and just focus on the game. Always play as if you're losing, even if you're like 5 points ahead.
Of course, such a big game, a rivalry. And before we hit sponsors, Megan Cunningham, head coach for the Rams' first year, what is she telling her team? This is actually her first year as the head coach, which we've said a couple times this broadcast. So her first game against Darien as the head coach. What's she telling her team in the huddle, down by 2?
I think she's probably telling her team that they really need to get some corners. Those are really easy to capitalize on, like we've seen with the Darien team. And I think she's telling her team just to, once again, keep the spirits up, keep their teamwork going. They just need to get it. They got to keep it out of their area.
And before we take a quick break in the action, as it is halftime, 5:40 to go in the half. Both teams in their huddles. We're going to hit sponsors. Of course, a joint production between NCTV and DAF Media. We're now going to hit the sponsors. This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler, Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile, you're in good hands. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni, Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet, who have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist with all of your automotive needs. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Walter Storts. Walter Storts Market has supported New Canaan Rams athletics and the entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Storts is your fresh local market. We would like to thank our gold sponsor, Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commissioned residential and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We would like to thank our gold sponsor, Frangione Engineering. Planning on putting in a pool or an addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Well, Frangione Engineering can help you find a solution. Thank you to our gold sponsor, Performance Optimal Health, who proudly supports all New Canaan Rams athletes in their 2022-2023 seasons. Their team helps clients achieve their health goals through exercise, recovery, nutrition, and stress management. They offer their congratulations to all teams competing this season. We would also like to thank our gold sponsor, Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company serving all of Fairfield County. Again, a big thank you to all our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan high school athletics. Again, we are at halftime, and we will bring you right back to a joint stream, a rivalry matchup in about 3 minutes. Thank you for watching. Claire Pirelli, I'm Chase Harden. Again, we'll see you in a little bit. Welcome back to Dunning Field as we bring you the Darien Blue Wave up by 2 on the New Canaan Rams, a rivalry matchup. And we get ready for the second half. Both teams getting ready, and Claire, you said it before the half. New Canaan just needs to get stuff going. Cunningham telling her team, the score doesn't matter. I mean, it sort of does, but right now going into the second half, a lot of time, 30 minutes. And see what they can do. On the other side, I'm sure Mo Minikis is saying, hey, we don't need to put goals on the board. We need to keep them out of our net and really just play solid defense and keep everything away from our goalkeeper. If you sense any trouble, just get it out. There, I'm excited for the second half of play. Again, Darien's up 2-0 in this one. A rivalry that dates back to the 1900s. And Claire, what do you think we'll see in the second half?
I think we're going to see a lot of, like, really hard playing by New Canaan. I think they're going to really try and get their score up. They're going to probably go for some corners. I think Ellie's going to try her absolute hardest to block anything near the goal.
Perfect temperature here at Dunning Field. Perfect 63 degrees, not one cloud in the sky. Sun's out, everybody sweatshirts, not one sweatshirt in the crowd. It's all t-shirts. A beautiful day here, and what more can you ask? As we have the Darien, New Canaan, some of the top teams in the state competing to see who's the better town if you wanna go there. Blue Wave are gonna start out hot, but it's gonna be New Canaan's possession. It's gonna go out of play. Letting her team get upfield. Sends it upfield. Nice job there from Stockdale to get it down. Darien starting out a little hot. Parsons trying to find Ferraro. Darien's right there. Darien's really not giving New Canaan any space, whereas, I could argue New Canaan's giving Darien a little more space. How important is it to just get up there and force the other team to make plays and not give them any space, Claire?
It's super important. I mean, the defenders have to channel these players out when they end up in your area. You gotta pressure them into the sidelines. You can't let them have their own space, or else you're gonna get a couple goals on you.
The umpires are gonna signal it Darien's way. Of course, Claire, you know a thing or two about field hockey. You're an umpire yourself. Gonna be a Blue Wave on the corner. Trying to feed it up, intercepted by Reed. Reed trying to find a co-captain in Paulie Parsons. But Stockdale is gonna come away with that. The two sisters, who we've said a lot tonight. Stockdale is going to lob it down the field, and it's going to be Bach who's going to collect it on the side. Holland, she's going to fall over, and Bach's going to put it by her. And it is going to stay with the Blue Wave. It's going to be a corner. Another chance for the Blue Wave to capitalize. Graham's going to talk this one over as it's critical. They don't want to be down 3-0 as it's a terrible, terrible deficit. 2-0 is a lot better than being down 3-0. It's only one goal, but a 3-0 lead can just, that hurt the confidence of your team. You can put it in play. Stockdale. And it is going to be put over in that close one there. Benoit trying to pick corners, but it's going to go over the net. And Holland is going to give it to Parsons, as we've not started play yet. But Apelt, of course, the Georgetown lacrosse commit. She's only a junior. This is going to be Benoit on the side. Some back and forth action here early into the third. 11:17 to go. A lot of time left in this one. It's going to be Apelt to Parsons. Parsons trying to find Shu. But like we said, they're not giving the Rams any space to work with. And I'm sure Mo Minikis and her staff, they work on that at practice, I'm sure, and I'm sure she's proud to see that. As, when you're not giving the other team any space, they're not going to generate opportunity. When you can't generate opportunity, you're not going to score goals. And when you can't score goals, you're not going to win games. That's the reality. It's going to be Darien. Looks to switch ends, but she's going to keep it on one side, and Farrar's going to get it. But the umpires are going to blow it dead and keep it in Darien's possession. Parsons going to pick that one off. Trying to cross field, but Wilkes is right there. And Johns trying to put one on net. Another sketchy bounce, but goes out of play. Right now, the Rams are just getting dominated the past minute and a half. And right now, I'm sure Megan Cunningham's just telling her team to just get it out, and then we can go from there. Last thing that we want to happen is for the ball to end up in the back of our net, down by 2. O'Connell is going to do just that, trying to get Shue. But Johns, I've been really impressed with her play tonight. She's just swarming the Rams. And of course, she's headed to Dartmouth next year to play field hockey. One of the leaders on this team, one of the co-captains. Tori Stockdale is going to send that one out. And Damone's going to send that one up, but the umpires are going to blow that one dead. Claire, what do the Rams need to do? Just get this one out and try and generate some form of opportunity, as they haven't really had much.
They really just got
early in this third quarter.
They really just got to get that ball down the field and to the goal. They've got to get a corner. They got to get the opportunity to pass it cross goal with someone on post. They really just got to get it down the field like they are right now.
Shoot. The junior, again, one of those players that Megan Cunningham starred on that list to look out for on her roster. Shue only a junior. So for the remainder of this year and next year, coaches have her on the scouting report. And I'm sure coaches across the FYAC and across the state are scared for her. Here comes Bach trying to get the hat trick. She feeds it across. And Wilkes with a great opportunity. And she sends that one over the net. One-on-one with the goalie. And she just cannot quite corral that one. That would have been Bach's third point of the night. 2 goals already. And that would have been her first assist. Playing really well tonight. All generated by a great defensive stop by the Blue Wave. And Bach just showing her sheer speed coming down the wing there. Rams sideline trying to cheer them up as they understand that they really just haven't had anything going for them. You know, late in that first half, and early in the second half. They're going to send that one down. It's going to bounce over Massey's stick. But she's going to send that one out of bounds. When in doubt, put it out. And Reed's going to get that one. Reed's going to give it to Parsons. Parsons trying to find Shue, who has Ferraro in front. Ferraro trying to get the Rams on board, and we're going to get a corner out of it. And that gets New Canaan sideline cheering. And now the Rams huddle up as they understand this is a huge opportunity to put one on the board and turn this one into a 1-goal game. So does Darien. They huddle up, and Shue is going to have this one. She's going to put into play and try and find one of her teammates in front. Great opportunity for the Rams there. Blue Wave came on top of it, but of course they get a corner out of it. Shue going to give it to Parsons. Parsons to Ferraro. Ferraro trying to find one of the 2 Parsons. And they give it to somebody wearing blue. Of course, the Rams in their home whites and the Darien in their away blues. Here comes Bach showing her speed once again. Bach trying to put it in front. But Jane Holland, one of the defenders for this Rams team, She started last year as well as a sophomore, and she's one of those players to look out for as well. It's going to be Stockdale. Nice move there, faking out one of the Rams. It's going to be Wilkes trying to get it. Put Holland, showing why she's one of the top defenders on this team. 5:20 to go in the third quarter. Still 2-0, the Blue Wave. It's going to be Savino. And she's going to get it again. Finding Stockdale. Or excuse me, yes, Stockdale. Stockdale has it, but great defense by O'Connell and Damone. Damone trying to find Parsons. And again, the other Parsons steals it. They're all over the field, the two Parsons, in a good way. Again, Paulie Parsons, the senior captain, headed to Cornell next year to continue her field hockey career. Of course, her mom, we said it earlier in the broadcast, a field hockey legend, not only at New Canaan, but also at Cornell, as she was a multi-sport athlete. We're going to get corner out of this one. A little up and forth action recently with the Rams. They had that one, and then they got the corner out of it. And Claire, what have you seen so far in the third quarter?
I've seen the New Canaan team has really tried to get it down there, but Darien's keeping a real tight space on them. They can't get past them.
Darien's going to put in play here. Good defense from Reed, and the umpire's going to keep it in possession of Darien. Darien's going to talk this one over. So they're going to get another corner. Another chance to try and put a third on the board. Rosen, the sophomore goalie, telling her team what to do. The quarterback of the team. In any sport, the goalie's always the quarterback, communicating to her defenders. You got to be on a great basis with your defenders, or else you're essentially screwed. Reed's going to send that one out of bounds. Again, when in doubt, send it out. And Parsons finding Ferraro, captain to captain. Or excuse me, that's the younger Parsons, Lucy. But that's going to be Ferraro working down the side, and the umpires are going to give it back to Darien. Nice pass there. And a little action in front. This is where Darien's generated their first two goals. Great play there by O'Connell to make sure that the Blue Wave don't score a third. Rosen with a couple nice saves there as well. Rosen's really been tested this evening. And Lindsay Darby really hasn't, as she's really only faced 2 or 3. It's going to be Johns working on the sideline, but O'Connell and Cloud swarm her. It's going to be Rams ball. Parsons, Paulie Parsons. She's going to take it, find her sister in the middle, Lucy Parsons. Going to try and feed one of her defenders, but here come the Blue Wave swarming her, and Parsons is just going to send that one out. This is going to be Stockdale. 1:27 to go in the third quarter. And took a funky bounce off of Apelt. And the Blue Wave with a great chance there. Bach trying to get a hat trick, and she puts it just out of play. Bach, another tremendous player for this Rams team, or excuse me, for this Blue Wave team. And she's only a sophomore, so all these Connecticut opponents have a long time waiting with her on the Blue Wave, as she's a phenomenal player. Of course, she has 2 already tonight. She's a bright future ahead of her. It's going to be Parsons. Paulie Parsons just trying to get it up and out with 35 to go in the 3rd quarter. But Darien's going to get it. And here's Stockdale. Stockdale is going to put that one out as she grabs her shin. She looks to be limping. Of course, she got hit by a shot earlier in the game. But she's all right. It's going to be Benoit. She's going to lob her up. She likes that play with 6 in the countdown to the end of the 3rd quarter. Parsons just going to fire it up to Shoe, and that is going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. Rams really didn't get a lot going there. They had 1 shot, and they really just haven't had anything. Darien up 2-0 going into the 4th quarter, and New Canaan just really needs to get something going. Still 15 minutes, a lot of time in field hockey. But what do they need to do to just put 1 on the board, put 2 on the board? Because obviously you're not going to win the game, or you can't win the game if you don't put goals in the back of the net. So what does New Canaan need to do to turn this one around?
I think I've been saying this a lot this game. They really just have to get it down the field. They have to keep it out of their area to keep them from keep Darien from getting goals, and they just really have to capitalize on corners and just get it down the field.
Of course, a joint stream between NCTV and DAF. We're going to take a quick break here in between the 3rd and 4th quarter. We thank you for tuning in. Of course, the Blue Wave up 2-0. We'll see you in a little bit. Welcome back to Dunning Field for the start of the 4th quarter in a Darien New Canaan matchup. Of course, 4:30 on Dunning Field. Darien's up 2-0, and we bring you some stats here. Rosen has faced 8 shots tonight, and she's 6 for 8. And Darby has faced 2, and she's 2 for 2. Darien has 8 quarters. New Canaan has only 2 corners. And Darien capitalized on one of their corners with Bach, scoring 1 of her 2 tonight. Of course, the start of the 4th, and New Canaan needs to put 2 in the back of the net to tie this one. Darien's going to switch ends here. And Molly Reed finds Shu. Here comes Shu. Good opportunity there. Nice defense there from Savino. Nice pass there, but A. Pelt's right there. And she's going to send that one out of bounds. And the umpire's going to keep that with Darien. It's going to be Benoit on the side. Benoit again with that lob pass. Finding Bach. Here comes Bach. She's got 2 tonight. But nice D there from Holland. Chaos ensues in front. And just wide from Stockdale. As she was a couple feet away from getting a shot on goal. Parsons finding her sister, the other Parsons, Paulie. We've said that duo a lot tonight. Two key contributors to this Rams squad. It's going to be Stockdale, another sister combo, Tori and Ashley. Again, a beautiful day here at Dunning Field. No clouds in the sky, and in my opinion, the perfect temperature, a beautiful fall, brisk day. Johns is going to give it to Wilkes. Wilkes, nice move there to give it back to Johns. Johns is going to switch ends. And give it to Benoit. Benoit trying to find Bach, but Reed is right there to say nada. Reed turns it over, and here come the Blue Wave. And Stockdale's going to start with this. Stockdale trying to get in front, but it's off of Parsons. And we're going to get a corner out of that. Another opportunity for the Blue Wave. That's going to be their 9th corner today. And corners really are crucial. And Claire, the Rams just need to get something. A nice save from Rosen, just anything to get their momentum going, their confidence up as they're down 2-0. And we just really haven't seen that motivation since the beginning of the game, since the first draw. And the Blue Wave are going to send it in. Benoit giving it to Wilkes. And I couldn't tell if somebody got a piece of that, but that's when it's going to be sent out of bounds. It's going to be Stockdale feeding it to Johns. And in front, Rosen right there to make a nice save. And that one out of play. Ryan Hapgood right there on Rosen, and Rosen just with a nice save. Of course, Ryan Hapgood, one of the captains on this squad. Nice D there from Morgan Massey on Izzy Shield. Here comes Stockdale. Stockdale trying to find Benoit, but it's intercepted by the Rams. Here comes Reed. Marching down the side, trying to find Shu or Ferraro front. Ferraro has Shu right there. And that one put out of play. Isabella Semino right there as well. It's really the Rams' first chance in a good amount of time, or first really good chance in a good amount of time. 10:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Darien Blue Wave lead this one 2-0. First time these two teams have met since the FCAC championship, where Darien took that one 2-1 in overtime. That one played at Brian McMahon. Benoit is going to take that one to Stockdale, and Parsons anticipates that one. O'Connell. And Johns is right there. Again, Johns, big play after big play on defense. And Apelt and Bach battle there, and Apelt is going to get the best of it as the umpires keep it with the Rams. Parsons trying to find Ferraro. It bounces to Shu. Here comes Shu. He's got Semino, but the Darien defense swarms them. We've said that tens of times tonight as they just don't give the Rams any space. Ferraro trying to do a little give and go work to Reed, but Shu's going to get it instead. And again, a great poke check from Massey, getting it to Bach. And Apelt's going to take that one instead. And Benoit trying to battle Apelt, but the umpire's going to blow that one. Here comes Ferraro. Shipping it past Rogovides. Ferraro working it down. She's got Rams in front, but Johns is just going to sweep it out. And that's exactly what Blue Wave need to do. They don't need to score, they just need to get it out, and that's what Johns did. Smart play from her. O'Connell trying to find Parsons. Parsons, I'm sure, wants that one back, as she should have had that one. Little neutral zone action here, but Bach's going to get it. Here comes Bach. Trying to get on Sean on goal. She's got Hapgood in front. But again, Rosen with a nice save. And how good has Rosen been tonight? You know, she might have allowed 2 goals, but she's faced upwards of 10 shots tonight. And I mean, how good has she been? Rosen.
I mean, Ellie has been, like, she's been amazing. She's really stepped up to the plate, blocking these goals and just guiding the defenders.
And the Rams are going to call a timeout there with 7:41 to go in the fourth, as they know they need to get something going quickly. With 7:41, they need 2 goals just to tie this one. And right now, what is, Mo Minikis telling her team right now and Assistant Ramsey?
I think she's probably just saying, just keep it in your possession, ride out the game. They've only got like a couple minutes left on the clock, and they're gonna keep trying for a goal. But I think she's probably telling them to just keep it in their possession. Don't let New Canaan get the chance to even get a score on the board.
Of course, this would be the Rams' 3rd loss. There are 2 others coming from Staples and Wilton. And my apology. I've been saying their record's 10-2 this whole time when it's 12-2. That is my apology. Rams have been dominant this year. As of the Blue Wave have been. Darien, of course, 12-0, the best team in the state. Dominant this year. And they come back out in this one. Cunningham, I'm sure, trying to draw plays because they need one, and they need one fast. And, with what's going on right now with the Blue Wave just keeping it in possession on their side of the half and New Canaan's side of the half, you're not going to score that way. And I'm sure Megan Cunningham wanted to hold any momentum that Darien had and try and, get something going. And the sideline likes that one as the Rams are going to get possession. Apel. She turns it over, and turnovers aren't going to help either. Stockdale finding Benoit. Benoit feeds in front to Hapgood. Hapgood. But it's going to end up being Stockdale on the side, and she fires that one just wide. And Holland's going to pick this one up. And Reed going to send that one down the field just to get it out and put the pressure on Darien and make them make mistakes, something Darien has done all game. So important just to put that pressure on defenses because eventually they're going to make mistakes.
Green card. The official just called a green card, which means that there's gonna be a player out for 2 minutes, and she can't play. They're gonna have to play with a player down.
It's gonna be Stockdale on the side, but O'Connell's gonna get it. Casino in a battle there with 2 Blue Wave players. Of course, man up. They can double everything. Parsons trying to find Reed across, and it's going to go out of play. Parsons looks frustrated with that one. going to put it in play there. 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Again, Darien leads this one 2-0. Reed trying to find Ferraro, which he does, but the Blue Wave are going to get it. Stockdale is going to put that one out of play. And it's going to be put in play. Parsons, sequence of moves, but Johns is right there to say no. Bach, one of the offensive threats for this team. And Rosen's going to make a save, but they're going to get a corner out of it. 5:17 to go. In this one, New Canaan just needs to stop them and get this one up quickly. Again, they need 2 to tie this one. Of course, this is a joint stream between NCTV and DAF Media, as we have the pleasure of bringing you this great game, this great rivalry, as we did yesterday in girls soccer. Darien taking that one 2-0. And it's going to be put in front, and Darien's going to score. They had the opportunity, and they capitalize. And Claire, we said it, how important was it to just get that out and make sure they couldn't score on that corner? But instead, they capitalized. Darien goes up 3 with 4:44 to go in the fourth, and that stings for New Canaan. Ashley Stockdale, her name's been said a lot tonight. The junior is going to put that third one on the board, and I believe Bach might have had that pass. That would be her third point of the night, and right now she's the MVP of the game, as would Johns on defense for the Blue Wave, as she's been stellar too. You can't, undergo how good of a defense they've been tonight, and they've just been swarming. Claire, what are your thoughts on the Darien defense and how good they've been tonight?
They've been amazing. They really have kept New Canaan out of their area. They've been right on them when they've gotten down there. They really have given them no space to even attempt at goals, and it's just they've done amazing for their team.
Always crucial to have a good defense. Defense wins championships. Offense wins games. And Izzy Shue had a chance there, but it was just underpassed. Shue a little frustrated about that one, but she lets it go, and Reed's going to have it on the side there. Reed trying to find Casino. Casino trying to find Shue, but it's stopped. And there's going to be a corner. Now the Rams are really talking this one over, as it's a crucial time in the game. Down 3 with just over 3 minutes to go. They really need to get one here, and this would be where they get one. Shue is going to have it on the side. Ferraro and Parsons, the two captains, telling the team what to do. Shue finding Ferraro. Ferraro over to Parsons. Parsons. And that is a great block by the Blue Wave in Johns. Here comes Bach. Again, showcasing her speed. Bach has Wilkes in front, and the umpires are going to keep it in possession of the Blue Wave. 2:38 to go here on Dunning Field. And the Rams really don't have a lot of upside here. Game is not over, but right now with the Blue Waves possession on their half, they got to score 3 to just tie this one. And with 2:15 to go, it's a very tough task. But Noit is going to have that one. Trying to find but it's going to be O'Connell who comes up with, Shue that comes up with that one. And the umpires are going to, again, signal it and keep it with the Blue Wave. 1:48 to go. The clock ticking down. Rams down by 3. Blue Wave have just put on a clinic really tonight. Obviously you would think offensively up by 3, but defensively they have as well, led by Johns and her crew back there. All starts with the quarterbacking from goalkeeper Lindsay Darby, the quarterback of the field really in any goalkeeper, and she's done a great job tonight. Only faced 4 shots, but she's 4 for 4 on all of those. Of course, Ellie Rosen as well. She's been playing very well as she's faced almost 15 shots, and she's only letting 3. Of course, it's an incredibly important position, and you'd love a good goalie. And Parsons turns to the ref on that one, and as that was a hard whack, and the officials are going to give that to the Rams. 47 to go in the 4th quarter. Rams down by 3. Here comes Ferraro. Trying, at this point, you're really just trying to keep the 0 off the board. And right now, you're just trying to make sure that Darby doesn't get that shutout, as it is a rivalry game. And if you're the Blue Wave, you're doing the exact opposite, trying to keep a 0 on the board and try and get Darby that shutout. And yes, we did just say the S word, shutout. Always a bad word to say on your team. It's a jinx. You don't want to say that because usually seconds later the other team ends up scoring. So don't want to jinx Darby, as she has been stellar tonight. And that is going to be the end of the game. Darien wins this rivalry game, and Darien, not just last night but tonight, taking the best of this. Darien comes into the Rams home field, and they take this one 3-0. Claire, what did you see tonight, and what are your thoughts about tonight's game?
Well, Darien played amazing. They really earned those 3 points, and they really capitalized on a lot of those corners. But I think New Canaan tried their hardest. They played hard. I mean, this was a hard match, as you've been saying. This has been a rivalry for years, and they really, Ellie played amazing. She, like you've been saying, she got more than 10 goals hit on her, and she only let in 3. I think she really she really helped instruct her defense, and I think that it was just their spirits went down after that first goal that got in, and it just kept, their energy just kept going down after that.
Of course, the Darien Blue Wave moved to 13-0, and the New Canaan Rams moved to 12-3-2. That's going to be their 3rd loss of the season. And of course, before we get to the sponsors, I'd like to thank everybody involved in the stream, producer Emily Fox and the 2 advisors. Of course, a joint production between DAF Media and NCTV, Damian Andrews for DAF, and Roman Sobolski for New Canaan. I've been Chase Harden, alongside me Claire Pirelli. But before we go on a beautiful day at Dunning Field, we'd like to bring you our sponsors for tonight's game. This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler, Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile, you're in good hands. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni, Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet, who have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist with all of your automotive needs. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Walter Storts. Walter Storts Market has supported NC Rams athletics and the entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Storts is your fresh local market. We would like to thank our gold sponsor, Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commissioned residential and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We would like to thank our gold sponsor, Frangione Engineering. Planning on putting in a pool or an addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Well, Frangione Engineering can help you find a solution. Thank you to our gold sponsor, Performance Optimal Health. who proudly supports all New Canaan Rams athletes in their 2022-2023 seasons. Their team helps clients achieve their health goals through exercise, recovery, nutrition, and stress management. They offer their congratulations to all teams competing this season. And lastly, we would like to thank our gold sponsor, Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and modeling company serving all of Fairfield County. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan high school athletics. Again, we are now going to sign off from Dunning Stadium in New Canaan, Connecticut, as the Darien Blue Wave take this one 3-0 in the rivalry matchup. Again, I've been Chase Harden, alongside me, Claire Pirelli, and we say so long. From our entire crew here, thanks for watching.